Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I'd like to apologize for not posting last week. Things were hectic, busy schedule and all. As you can see, my background changed. I'm not home, but that's another story. So I'm back this week with another video. I'll be doing some story time, sharing my experiences through well, you'll see, you'll hear. In the meantime, for those who are joining us for the first time, welcome. And those who are returning subscriber, good job. You know you've made the right choice, you know. So be comfortable, get yourself a drink like me, and some snack, and some soothing music in the background, and let's get ready. As you will see, I'm over the top dressed with everything warm because this winter is not it. It's super cold. But anyways, let's get right into it. Yay. So today I'll be sharing with you guys a story time of my first time going to South Korea. Whew. It was hectic. Get ready for the ride. So I'm part of this organization called the Universal Peace Federation, and since March, well, we've existed for a longer time, but mostly not in March. Since 2018, we've been having many events in Africa. Like we had summits, the Africa Summit we had in Senegal, then we had in South Africa, then again we had in South Africa, then we had in Niger, we had in Sao Tome, in Zimbabwe as well. So these various African countries where like big people were there, presidents, head of state, all of those people. It's cool, guys. It's so cool. So I was lucky enough to work like in the background. I was doing like registration, like basically registering the amount of participants so that we can know how to take care of the participants when they come. So that's when it all started, like 2018. And then I've been doing that, like most of the events that will happen during the 2018 year and 2019 year. I did that. That's how I had an opportunity to go to South Korea, because we had the World Summit there where like all the different countries, different continents brought their participants to participate in the World Summit. Let's drink. So that's how I managed to go to South Korea. But the story I'm about to tell you, it's before. So the process in going to South Korea. Guys, one thing about me, when I stress, like I become thinner than this. I become like one who's out there, whose job is to permanently blow a whistle. I'm like, I'm in, like nothing. Although there's nothing now, but it's like inside. Like it's bad. When I stress, it's terrible. Oh, hold on. There we go. When I stress, it's bad. So imagine I was meant to be in South Korea. The event was taking place in February for a period of 5 days, is it? 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. 6 days. So I was meant to be there on the 15th of January already, because as the head of my department, the registration department, and like we had to register our own continent because many people were in charge of their own continent, their own guests. So like I had to do the same together with the rest of my team. And then I was like, okay, that's cool. I was in Zambia at that time. So I was like, cool. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm going to South Korea. I mean, if you watch my first video, you would know I love Korea, everything. If you haven't, what are you waiting for? How would you know me? Please go and watch that first video. Anyways, so I was excited. I'm like, yay, South Korea, I'm going. And all that was needed from me was to get my visa. That's it. I needed my visa and off I'll be off to South Korea. Let's eat. Take that snack break. So I remembered I sent my passport because I was in Zambia. Since I was in Zambia, I couldn't, they don't have a Korean embassy in Zambia. So I either had to send it from South Africa or I had to send it from Congo because I'm Congolese. Go and watch that video. Did I even mention that? Anyways, so, but just go and watch it. So it was either the two countries, South Africa or Congo. So I was like, okay, since I'm in Zambia, Congo is close by and South Africa is kind of far. Let me send my passport to Congo. It won't take time. I mean, they told me maximum days that you're required to send your passport. You're required to, for your visa to come out, maximum is 10. In fact, it never reaches 10. It's always like, it reaches 6 days. After 6 days, your visa starts. I was like, okay, cool. You know, sis was getting ready, was getting excited. Rubbish. I sent my passport at the beginning of the year. I think the 3rd or the 2nd of January. I sent my passport via DHL and it took 3 working business day. 3 days. Just know it was a Friday and on Monday my passport was already collected by the person I had asked to collect it for me and give it to the embassy on my behalf. And the person asked me to fill in the visa form, send in this, and by the 5th, I think, everything was okay. Everything was submitted. So I already calculated in my mind, I'm like 6 days. By the 11th, it will be, I'll go to South Korea on the 15th. If I'm late, I'll be late maybe by a day. I'll leave like on the 16th or the 17th. So my plan was, since I was in Zambia, I wasn't home. I was meant to come back home to South Africa to prepare myself because South Korea at that time was cold, but I wasn't ready in terms of warm clothing. I left South Africa. It was summer this side. When I got to Zambia, it was hot actually. It was hot. So I didn't have enough winter jacket or warm clothes. So my plan was to come back home, like get things here, like get ready, get my warm things, buy whatever that was needed, and then go from here. But you know the devil is not nice. I waited for that visa to come out, and I waited for that visa to come out 1 week, 10 days. So when 1 week passed, I'm like, okay, it's just 7 days that passed. Maybe mine will come out on the 10th day. 10 days passed. 2 weeks. 3 weeks. My visa's nowhere to be seen. So when it was getting close, and I was super late. Imagine I was super late. I was supposed to be there on the 15th, but the 18th came and my visa was not even out yet. No words, nothing. Zilch. So I started panicking, I started stressing, and it was a whole thing. Like I was super stressed. The month of January, when I told myself, you know what, this month of January was a trial. This was not my 2020. My 2020 started when in February. That's what I told myself. I'm like, January was just a trial. 2020 started in February, but as we can see, clearly 2020 hasn't begun yet because I'm not counting this as a year. In case you're wondering, don't tell me I celebrated my birthday or what. This doesn't count as a year. As a matter of fact, let's drink to that. Cheers. Anyways, so I started panicking. I was really stressed. Sorry, but at the same time I was doing my work. I was working because like when you do registration, you can work remotely because everything, you just need internet and a laptop and you can register because everything is sent by email. From email transfer to the Dropbox. We register on the database that is for UPF events like that. So in the meantime, I was working together with my team in different countries, and we were working. And then my team, one by one, started going. Imagine teams are going and you, who's in charge, you're still there waiting for your visa. Anyways, but I continue working. It was super stressful. Like, when I think of it, I really don't know how I made it through it. Like, God, you know, guys, God, the God I serve, you guys are playing. So, visa did not come out. It was, I remember the 27th. Yes, the 27th. I phoned, I managed to find a number of someone working at the embassy, and then I phoned them. I'm like, hi, you know, I sent my passport on this date, and my visa is not out yet, and it's over 2 weeks, and my flight has already been booked. Blah 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 blah. I explained to them the story, and then the guy was like, "Oh, I remember that was a win. No, the 27th, 28th, 29th. On the 29th, that's when I phoned, because 27th was Monday, and I was just depressed. If I show you a picture, you won't believe it's me." Anyways, and then the Wednesday I phoned them. No, I'm lying, actually. The Monday, yes, the 27th, I phoned them. And then they are like, no, the reason why your visa's not out yet is because there's some documents that are missing. Let's drink. Let's drink to that. Because, wow, I was shook. Yeah, that's the nonsense they told me. No, ma'am, some documents were missing. And then I was like, so you sat there hoping that me, who's in another country, will smell, hopefully, that some documents were missing. And I was so frustrated. And as you can guess, my stress level went up. Yeah. And it was so frustrating. So I started calling, and I'm like, okay, I need to send this today. I called, and then I finally managed to get the updated document, and I sent it to him. It was a him, by the way, who I spoke to. So I sent it to him, and then I was waiting patiently, trying to phone, but no one was answering. So I was like, okay, maybe they have, and they'll start working on my thing. I was trying to find the positive where there was no positive. I felt like I was at the end of the road. I felt like, whoa. Anyways, so at like 3:30 their time, that was 4:30 my time, finally they answered, and then they're like, oh yes, we've received your document, and you only will make sure that your visa will be out by tomorrow at 12. So I'm like, yes, please do so, because I was like, guys, I'm so late. My plane, I was so worried. Anyways, I went to bed that day positive. The next day, I was like, I'm not going to phone them. I am just going to wait for them to phone me to tell me that my visa's out. So I was like, okay, fine. I was so anxious. My bags, by the way, my bags were packed. Back then. 2 to 3 weeks ago, my bags were packed. I was repeating clothes. I was like, I'm not going to have time to wash again. So these are the only outfits I wear. I had like 3 tops and like 3 bottoms as well. So I'd alternate. Today you with you, you with you, you with you. I didn't care. So I waited the next day. 12, they didn't call me as usual. So I called them. No one answered. And towards 4, then I finally called. 4 my time, 3 their time. And then the guy's like, so I asked, so what happened? Any news? The guy's like, guess what? I'm supposed to guess. Me was in a mood to guess. Anyways, I'm like, oh, politely, my visa's out. And it's like, yes, your visa's out. And someone came to fetch it on your behalf. I was like, yes, because there are many people I tried to involve as many people as I could to help fast in the process, because your girl was running out of time. I was already over 10 days late. So I found the person who I sent the information to. I'm like, did you get it? It's like, it's not him who got it, it's somebody else. So I'm like, you people need to make sure that my it's the son that's misbehaving, making me clearer than I am. Y'all need to make sure that my passport gets to me as soon as possible. You need to send it today. So he had to leave the embassy, go to the person who took it. From there, go to town to DHL, make it right on time, just like before they close. They finally managed to say, guys, the God I serve, sometimes I feel like I don't trust him enough, to be honest. That's why I stress so bad. But anyways, we paid so much money for Express. I hope that Express would be a day. You know, these people are rubbish. I thought that by Thursday, no, my passport came on Tuesday. I'm like, Thursday latest I'd have my passport, because I already planned. I'm like, guys, I'm coming by Thursday. My passport should be here. I should be able to leave. The rubbish. And they told me, no, now Express is 2 days, man. 2 days. Express. So I counted. Tuesday evening, Wednesday evening, Thursday evening. So my passport had to be here on Friday. It had to arrive already. Cool. I went to town Friday morning. Early in the morning, I got ready. My bags were packed, and I had like yes, I washed my hair. I first went, I got my hair did, and then I went to town. I'm like, I'm here to collect. First of all, they tell me, ma'am, this DHL is only for sending. The one for receiving is at the airport. Need some fruit in life. Because wow. I'm like, oh really? Okay. Can you check if my product has arrived? And they're like, okay, reference number. I gave it to them. So they're like, no, your product does not arrive yet. So I'm like, wow, come. How's the sense in that? How is my product not arrived yet? Because I pray for Express. Express is 2 days. It's supposed to be here. In fact, as of last night. But why is it not here? They're like, no, Express is 3 days. I'm like, get out of here. How can Express be 3 days when I was sending my passport, I paid for the normal business working, and it got there in 3 days. The normal delivery time, or whatever you call it, is 3 days. How come? Where is the come? Is it not here in 3 days? Where is the sense in? I was frustrated. I got so depressed that I just went home and I slept the whole day. Even eating, I was just like, eating for what? I just slept. Literally, I slept the whole day. So, on the next day, I found a cousin of mine. Is it my cousin or is it my uncle? I think it's uncle. So I told him, like, no, things are still, this is what is happening, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, give me your reference number, let me check. Can you check? It's like, no, but your passport's already here. Why are they not giving it to you? But that time it was night already, and DHL had already closed. So I'm like, but they told me that I was going to sleep. I gave up. I went to sleep and I gave up. I was like, what else? Tomorrow, the next day, I woke up bright and early. I remember I woke up at 5 for prayer, because I pray at 5. Woke up at 5 for prayer. And then I just got ready. I just got dressed. In fact, I just got dressed in this outfit that it was so comfortable that you wouldn't travel with it. Not, okay, I would travel like that. I'm wretched. When I travel, I need comfort in life. But I dressed like I would normally dress at home. I had jeans on, I had my top on. And yeah, I just worked and I'm like, okay, let's go to the airport. If this doesn't work, it's fine. Because the latest that they had given me to be there was before the 3rd of February. And now on Saturday was already the 2nd. Was the 1st. 3rd, yeah, was the 1st. Monday was the 3rd. So that was a Saturday. And then I went to the airport. And then we got the airport bright and early. We found that DHL was still closed, but then we asked around just in case. So we went to, where I was, it's a very small airport. So we saw some guys there, and we went there and we asked, oh, when does DHL open, blah, blah, blah. So the guy gave me the number of the person who works at DHL. So I phoned him, and then he's like, oh, okay, I'm coming. It was so nice. It's like, no, please don't worry, sit here, let's check. And we checked, and my passport was there. Oh, relief. Guys, relief. That was already at like 9. So we went back home, we went up and down, trying to get ready. And then I had to be at the airport by 1 because my flight was like at 3:30 p.m. That was another hassle, guys. That's another story, because that in itself the story at the airport is a book. So that's another story for another day. But at the airport, things were hassling. It was like, ticket, where is your number? It's not reflecting, but it's showing. What's happening? I cried. Like, I was done. I felt like this is the last sign. I'm not going anymore. Let me just go back home and sleep. Because when I'm sad, depressed, I sleep. And then finally my ticket came through, got printed, my bags. That time everyone's bags were in already. Mine was the only one. So quickly they put in my bag. And normally when you travel internationally, it's like 23 kg bag. Mine was like 26 kg one. But the lady was like, it's okay. She just like, it might be a bit overweight because you need to separate, but where's the time? Because the flight was now. I remember the flight was at 3:30, but if it's God, it's God. Delayed the flight for like an hour. So I finished at the counter at, I think, 2:45 or 3 o'clock. Imagine. So I went through, when I finished there, I went through checking, blah, blah, blah. I remember I had the bottle of water, confidently walking with this bottle, 2 liters full of water. And I get there, they're like, ma'am, you have to empty your water. I'm like, that's my water, you know. Anyways, I threw the water, I took off my shoes. This hassle of taking off shoes. Took off my shoes, took off my jacket, scanned, went to immigration stamp. Finally, I sat in the waiting area. Just like, because like when you go through, you have to take out your laptop out of your bag. I just packed my laptop. Ladies and gentlemen, using Kenyan Airways, please let us board. I was just like, imagine this flight was not delayed. Where would I go? Where? Anyways, so that was it. We boarded the flight, and my flight was like for 3 days. I remember leaving Saturday and arriving that side on Monday in the evening. That's how long my flight was. Delayed, 10 hours delayed. It was long, but this story is super long. So if you want part 2 of it, let me know in the comments below. For now, that's all you'll get from me. Anyways, like it was such an interesting event because I got to learn more of myself, I guess. Like, in a way that God always comes through for you, no matter what. And no matter what happens, you always have to trust Him, because if it's meant to be, it is going to happen. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. I hope you were there comfortable listening to the story. If you're on part 2, let me know and I shall do part 2. And yeah, I hope you stay healthy, you stay blessed, and you stay beautiful. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, and switch on the that is the word I keep forgetting. Is it the notification bell? That one, so that you are notified when I post. And I'll try my best to post every week as I started, despite the busy schedule. But other than that, God bless you guys. Bye.